Did you pull the trigger against that helpless female android at Kemsky House for the sake of your mission? Or did you spare her out of pity? How was your first Undertale run? Did you slaughter every creature that crossed your path, or you decided to be the good guy from the very start? Or again, when you were on that balcony, did you decide to become a corpo count, or you said fuck no and slided with Johnny to those Japanese walls? All these choices could feel like nothing more than a simple gameplay portion, with the aim of making you have more fun. But a bigger question arises. Can this somehow define your morals? And if the answer is yes, what do they say about you? But before we dive deeper, let's pause for a second and let's settle this question first. What are morals? While the word moral as we know it today derives from Latin, coined in 44 BC by Cicero, its meaning goes way back in ancient times, where we need to travel to Egypt to find the oldest representation that we know about, the math. The math is an overall concept formed by truth, justice, balance, harmony, and cosmic order. In those times, actually probably in the majority of human history, morals were dictated by religions, and all of the different values applied on society were required to avoid stepping in the wrong realm once your life was over. With time, morals has evolved in many civilizations, from the Greek with their ethos to the Chinese with Confucianism, Ran, and Li. But despite all of these changes, the meaning of the word didn't fade. Even in these days, morals are the rules, beliefs, and principles that guide us in decision making. And to put it the simple way, what we think is right or wrong. Through all the ages, many philosophers, artists, and intellectuals have tried to shape society belief using their works, expressing stories with the purpose of making us reflect on them, and many times it worked. Lots of brilliant books, movies, and series have surely achieved their goal. However, I don't see them go any further than that. The maximum capacity of this media is making you think, okay, this guy is good, this one is bad. Of course, I'm oversimplifying it, don't come at me, but anyway, a relatively new invention has break through the limit, and this one is obviously video game. Video game brought moral system to another level, and as to why this happened is very evident. It's simply because we are the main character. We are not in spectator mode visualizing someone's choice like we will do in a cinema, which feels kinda dehumanizing as we place ourselves above those as some higher entity and grab ourselves the right to judge them based on our style of life. Instead, the exact opposite happens when playing video games. This affirmation is backed up by the 2025 From Pixel to Proposal study. These take a group of participants to play Red Dead Redemption 2. Some of them played, some others just enjoyed the gameplay, just as someone watching a movie would do. And what they found out is that those that were only spectating showed diminished empathy. On the contrary, the ones playing were more immersed, and therefore showed the opposite reaction. And you may be thinking, that's it, games are just the perfect scenario for moral activity. I'm sorry to interrupt, but I have to correct you. Even though games portray the highest potential with them, the harsh truth is that many still fail in affecting players. They don't always just inevitably succeed. And this brings us to an important doubt. Why and when it works? I could just easily say that it works when the game feels immersive and close to reality, and it doesn't when the opposite happens. But I know that this isn't the type of answer you seek, so let's try to get more exhaustive about it. The immersive side of it totally depends, really. Are you liking the game? Are the situation or characters relatable to you? With what intention are you playing? Because yes, it could also be your fault. Maybe you're just trying to have fun and your mouth starts watering at any occasion to be evil. And that's totally fine. As long as you are aware of it, it's okay to just have a great time. But if you aim to get something from the story, maybe you should think twice before choosing an option. So let's put aside the more subjective side and let's get objective. How can a game feel real? It's more obvious than you might think. Try to relax for a second and imagine how your life decisions are. Are they mostly good or bad takes? Not a chance, right? And that's where games like the Mass Effect series or Fallout 3 fail. When the question is bomb kids or don't, the only players that are gonna pick the first are those searching for some thrill. And let's not even talk about how the slam points in your face after your decision, which just give the final blow to the whole experience. Now let's get to the titles that shines for the systems, where your choices don't look like two distinct paths, but more like a ramification of different possible futures that can bring the smallest option to the biggest consequence. Just like the butterfly effect we hear so much about. Doesn't this all sound more like reality? Well, there are two games that in my personal opinion do this extremely well. The first, of course, is Detroit Become Human. Every choice makes me reflect before picking an option. Like man, when I was with Kara and I needed to decide if I should keep the tickets or not, oh my days, I spent a good 30 minutes staring at the ceiling and still wasn't sure. But hey, with its 85 different endings, you can't go wrong with this game. A similar case but with different details is Disco Elysium, which is basically even more complex than Detroit Become Human, at least in my opinion. And man, how much I love this game. But this isn't about me, so let's carry on. Disco Elysium start modifying your path from the very beginning with your archetype choice that will shape your entire experience. In this masterpiece, you can really take any approach you want. I don't really want to spoil anything, so if you didn't, go play it now. No, wait. Actually, first finish the video, please. Another very important matter to discuss is if this game stops at defining who we are or can reach the point where they shape us. This answer is really obvious, and I'm sure you all have heard it enough. Of course they can. 2019 study The Impact of Video Games on the Player's Behaviors, a survey, is a great collection of different and new studies that affirmatively answer our question. Sadly, the influence can also be negative, so be careful, League of Legends player. But I'm sure that if we all think about it, we can find a game that gave us a lesson, a game that presented us a new belief, a game that changed us. Okay, so now after all of this, me, you, and everyone else watching the video, what do we do exactly? Very simple. You want to immerse yourself in a game? Well, then you can decide either to play as if you were in their place or feel like you were their characters. For example, if it were the second with Connor, you will surely go machine and achieve your mission. But if you were at Connor's place, would you have pulled the trigger? If you have arrived here, then let me thank you. And if you want, subscribe, leave a like, and comment your thoughts. Thanks for watching.